Good morning. My name is Barry Philpott Chapin. I'm from New York, and I'm a member of Community Baptist Church. I graduated from Fisk University with a degree in mathematics in 1969. I launched my career in technology after I left Fisk, working for a company by the name of Singer. I worked with them for a couple of years, and I was featured in one of their magazines because I was Black and I was a woman. At some point, I might add, at Singer, a manager came up to me once and kind of cautioned me that I needed to be kind of careful because I had 2 strikes against me. He said, first, you're a woman. Second, you're Black. So sometime later on, I joined another company, and that was a consulting firm. And then I went on to join Salomon Brothers, which was the #1 investment banking firm on Wall Street. I really didn't know when I joined them exactly the type of firm this was and how well known it was and how important it was in the financial industry. But it was a wonderful career that I started off there. In a few years, I wound up managing the #1 project for that firm for the next 6 years of my career. And that project was to enable the Salomon Brothers computers to talk to their clearing bank computers, who talk to the Fed computers. Now, that might seem like an easy thing, but at that time, computers did not talk to each other the way we think of it today. That project ended after about 6 years, and I ran it the entire 6 years as the #1 priority for the firm. In 1982, I was designated with the title of Vice President. I was the first African American to earn that title and the second female to earn that title in technology. So just to put this in context, a little bit of context, the information that was being moved around between computer to computer from Salomon Brothers to their clearing banks was about $4 billion worth of government securities, bonds, treasury notes, bills. And that had to happen every day, along with the payments every day, and it had to be done by 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day on time. So there was a bit of pressure involved in that. So you may be thinking, well, why me? Why would they pick me, someone who had never designed an application, never designed a system, never managed a team? Well, I had started doing some research on what the issues were with system designs that were happening at the time. And I read a book by a gentleman by the name of Ed Yourdon. And Ed Yourdon had a whole new theory, a whole new out-of-the-box concept of how systems needed to be designed differently to avoid the issues that were happening later on after they were implemented and needed to be maintained. So when I read that book, I knew somewhere that I was the best person to do this project because no one else was thinking about out-of-the-box solutions for this implementation. Everybody was just kind of really sitting around waiting to find out who's going to get named to do this project. I was the least person that they thought would get it because I didn't have any experience. So I brought in Ed Yourdon, I set it up, and I arranged for him to come in and actually speak to the senior managers at Salomon Brothers about this approach. At the end, they said, like, fine, great. And because I was involved in the proposal and how our project fit in, I got the project. So because of the work that I did on that project, I was actually acknowledged in this book about structured analysis and about some of the new ideas that I brought to the table for system design work. So going on from there, I joined another team that allowed me to do some work on the trading floor. And what we were really looking for was issues on the trading floor and solutions. And so there was one particular desk, the repo desk, as they call it in that industry, and they had a specific issue that needed to be resolved. And so I started looking at technologies, and I ran across AT&T, who was looking to partner with someone to help them build something with touchscreen capabilities. So we designed this tool. We called it the 8 slate, the automatic trade entry slate. Not quite as sexy as iPad, but looks very similar. And we launched that in 1985. In 86 and 87 is when the work was done. So in preparing for this today, I took out this picture, and it's a picture of part of the team that I managed at Salomon Brothers. And as you can see from the picture, that there's not a lot of color in that picture, But you can also see there about half of that group is women. So somewhere along the line, there's a perception that has kind of crept in that says that technology is not for women, it's not for African Americans. I can tell you that that perception is fake news. Don't buy into that, because it is. So if you're thinking about this field, it's something that you're interested in, and you have a burning desire to do it, it is for you. And that's what I want to let you know today.